here we are. It's the Kent Beck Scrum. We have Alex, we have Sam. It is what day is it? It's a Tuesday. Yeah, so I've kind of had a crazy couple of days. We were chosen for an NHS project. I mean Agile Ventures, and NHS is the National Health Service in the UK. It's the big government organization that arranges for all healthcare in the country. And so we bid on a project for helping them design and build a wiki system for them a few weeks back. And I was very surprised when they said, we want you to do it. So it's not a big lot of money, but it's a bit of money. And I don't think we can build a wiki from scratch for them, but we're looking at off-the-shelf solutions. But it's a great exercise in working with a non-technical stakeholder and working out their needs. And so basically this week I'm doing a design sprint with them, and the last 2 days I've been down in central London to speak with their people and draw on whiteboards. And yeah, so it's all, we're investigating the problem at the moment. And so I've kind of I haven't been able to do the Martin Fowler scrums the last 2 days, but I'm going to work with them remotely tomorrow. So hopefully things will calm down a bit and I can attend more scrums and so on. So I'm a bit kind of like, there's, I guess, too many things going on, trying to focus on lots of different things. I guess the big blocks are I need to get the final dates for the next run of the MOOC, the Agile Development Using Ruby on Rails, out and just get that rolling along. But it's I look at the dates and I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know if that's the right date. So anyway, yeah. So it's great to have this, starting to have a sort of a big official customer for Agile Ventures. So it's very promising for the future. But yes, there's a lot going on at the moment. Yes, that's it. We're going to have the Elixir mob tomorrow, catch up with the tree sponsor. So yeah, that's me. Yeah, how are things going with you, Alex?
My achievements are more modest. As for Redeemify, I have created a new issue that was proposed migration schema changes.
Right.
Also, I worked on your task about storyboarding. I read blogs, post books to find an optimal approach, how to do it, and make flows diagram. Post, and I've included it in pull request,
right,
and post the in the main channel. It presented the interactions between screens and actions, how the process flows.
Indeed, the flow diagrams, yes. Excellent.
Yes, and I plan new tasks, but before that, our current pull request should be approved. So I have to know what is the acceptance criteria for that. What I can do to foster the process.
Right. Excellent. Okay, and so that's your main block then, is understanding the acceptance criteria.
I think it is well reviewed by Oleg very precisely, and you as well looked at it. The tests all passed, Cucumber test and RSpec tests, and I myself reviewed it several times to find possible bugs. And I think it's okay. It can be accepted.
Good stuff.
I can do anything else if you require.
Sure. Well, I guess on that note, let's move into talking about Redeemify. And I guess there's So let me do this and do this. Yeah, so I've got these, yeah, the user flow things up there. I've also, let me get, let's have a look here. Window, do I have? Okay, yeah, so I've got, all right, so in fact, this is the document we were working from last week. With all the different things in there. I mean, there are various bits and pieces there. The main things for me on Redeemify is I spoke to Armando, and yeah, and talked about trying to get this, you know, move forward, so that we needed to, so we could, you know, connect everything up with real systems. I haven't got it working on Heroku yet. Maybe that's something we could look at together now. You've done the user storyboards here, and so we've got, for example, the user logs in, they come to a form for entering the code, and they either have the valid Redeemify code, takes them to the offer page. Yep. I mean, these are all the flows. I guess I was imagining like having little screenshots of the screens. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I know.
In these positions, just to see what the, like, I can read this, and it's great in the first instance, but yeah, we might also want versions that are that include kind of the screenshots, but don't worry about that for the minute. I get the sense that you're keen to get this pull request merged in.
Yes.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
There is a lot of changes, but it can be split into 3 major pieces. For example, template updates, updates of tests, and sessions controller. A little bit refactoring.
Right. And so we can leave that. We agreed that in future we're going to go for smaller pull requests, right? But after this one, that's what we discussed last week. Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Now, if we come back to, so the other things is, I was trying to make sure that the code climate was set up, and then we also had this issue there about the recruiting the sets of users. Now, were you saying that you bought the Kindle edition of the book, and you never got the email from Amazon about the?
Yes, that's right. But I have solved this problem with Amazon customer support.
Ah, okay.
They transferred their $10 on my gift card.
Okay. Okay. Did you were going to check with? So did one of your other person that you know? Did they? I mean, Armando. When I spoke to Armando, he said that one time he did buy the Kindle and he did get the email from Amazon, so it worked one time for him, but that was a long time ago. Did you get any input from other people about whether it worked for them?
Not yet.
No. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of it's very difficult when we can't. It's a very opaque process. Like, we can't see the emails going out. Like, the whole system is there, and like, this is on the Amazon side, and maybe it's working very well, or maybe it's not. We just don't really know. That makes me want to think that maybe I should ask Armando for copy of email from Amazon, or if we know anybody, if we can find anybody who's had that email from Amazon, so we can see what they received, that would be really useful. But so that's one thing. So the code climate, I checked with Armando, and I've got the full access to the Redeemify thing, sorry, on the Strawberry Canyon. and I contacted the Code Climate people, and they said that it was because it was, I've somehow got it in the open source things and not in the organizations, and I'm kind of stuck on, you know, that they were saying, like, because their instructions are all about doing things on the organization.
Yes, I read it. I thought you are a member of the Strawberry Campaign organization.
Yeah, I am. And so apologies if get all of this. Oh my gosh. So I mean, I guess in the ideal world, I would have had time to get this all sorted out in advance. But let me have a look. What's this even called? Code Climate. But there might be a question of what's the best way to spend our time now. Like, I can see that there's at least the 3 things that I should work on. One of which is the Code Climate. One of which is the final thing on the pull request, and the other stuff is, you know, trying to get the production up. Are you interested in doing those things together in the Hangout, or do you want to say, right, okay, Sam, you need to do your 3 things, and you think I should just go and do them, and you go and do other things? What do you think is best or most productive for you?
From the productive perspective, I think it have a big difference. It's up to you. If you haven't enough time now, you can do it when it will be suitable for you.
Sure.
If you have time now, we can do it together online.
Yeah. I think the thing is, what I worry is if I go offline, then I'm going to get distracted by something else. So maybe a good idea to do this. I'm trying to find now the input from Code Climate on. See, that's all from 2016. Let's have a look. Is this one? Okay, so this is the one. Preferences, show remote content. It looks like Strawberry Canyon is under open source. Yeah, it's there. Also, I'd recommend installing our webhook so that GitHub automatically knows of a certain event having. Follow the instruction. I think that, I don't know, they've actually given me. Right, in GitHub, go to your repo settings and then click webhooks and services. So webhooks, add webhook. Okay. No, we're following this instruction here, and it will just be that. Okay. So let's go back to here. Webhooks. Does it need this? When selecting the scopes for which events to trigger this, just send me everything. Okay. And add webhook. Oh no, they wanted JSON. Edit. They want application JSON, secret, send me everything, and active. Okay. So you're good to go. What? Right. So apparently, maybe we don't need the organization. So that's there. Okay. So what we could just do there to test that is we could just push a no. Let me.
I can update. I can push it again.
Yeah. Do you want to push? And you know you can push like an empty commit. You know how to do that?
Yes, I can.
Cool. So that's the Code Climate. And then we've got. We've got Redeemify here. origin master. And right. So I guess, is that me trying to create a staging? Okay.
Done.
Okay. Not free. Aha. Okay. There we go. And new commits. I mean, I guess we might see.
I think it will work from next one.
Yeah, maybe. And we've basically got. Yeah, I mean, we're getting. It's giving us the analysis here. Yeah. Well, there's no point worrying about that too much. Yeah, hopefully it'll work for the next one. We will see. We'll go around again with code climate. So now, I mean, I guess the sensible thing here. So we've got the master there. I mean, and we've got Alex there. So get fetch Alex. So, I mean, I can in principle have your code here locally. Git checkout sessions there. So I've got your code there. So this is if I was doing a sort of when I do a thorough review of the code, is I might look through it, but then I'd also pull it down locally and run it locally. But so here, I mean, the CI has run, and that's, I'm not too worried about that. But I'd also, for my own being able to sanity check things in future, like to be able to make sure I can run the tests locally. What I might also just do here is do be rails s minus p. That's that one, and just run it locally. And what I might do is use these user flow things to drive through the site, assuming that will work. Oops. Open URL. Okay. So, yeah. So the initial user process. Yeah. So the kind of thing that I think that would really help contextualize this flow is the screenshot. And so I don't know what for me on Mac, I can just do Command Shift 4, and then I just that gives me this, and then that automatically I've got like I'll just post it. I have it post. It automatically posts to Dropbox, and the link is copied to my thing there. So I've immediately got that, and I can see the flow. So this is the struggle for me coming back to the project, is kind of like really understanding these flows. But so you following working through your description in parallel with this. So we've got a sort of a sign-in. Now, I guess if I want this sign-in to work locally for me, what would I have to do? I guess is it waiting for redirects, or do you have these things working locally for you?
Yes, of course. We have to authenticate through one of the services, and I think the easiest one is Google. But it should be configured from your side, I think.
Okay, so do we have instructions about setting that config up somewhere?
Yes, it's in readme MD or MD.
Okay, and so right, there's a sort of process of having to go through and set that's it within the README.
Contribution. I think contribution MD.
Contributing.md.
Markdown. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Submit a PR to add the following DBs. Okay. Okay, so there's a set of now. I guess unless I do these things, I can't move forward to examine any of the other screens.
To examine it as a vendor, you have to add you as a provider in RB, and the same for the vendor.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. So I mean, I can potentially go through some of those. Okay. Yeah. So that's it locally for me. I'll go to Heroku and see whatever else I've got on over here. Yeah. Let's see. That's all covering. And I look on Heroku. Yeah. The difficult. See, what would be good was if I could spend like half a day just focused on this, kind of getting it all pulled into my head project. That's interesting. I've got Redeemify Prod. I wonder if we've got Strawberry Canyon there. See, I've got I tried to push to Redeemify staging there, and it says I haven't got permissions. I wonder if that's been deleted or something. But so we've got Redeemify Prod. So we take that's this one. You've never pushed to the Heroku app?
Right.
You Alex, have you got the, when you look at your Git remotes, have you got the production app there? Have you ever tried to push to the production app?
In general, or for this particular project?
For Redeemify.
No, I haven't.
No, because that's the loop that we need. We need to get set up, and I guess I don't necessarily want to. I think we determined last week already that this app here is erroring, and we don't know why. Heroku logs -r production. What's going wrong there? That's not very helpful. Can you see that? No web processes running. Okay, and I guess that's probably, it's just right. It's shut down. Okay, so I have to now, because we've pushed it into. I've got that in my personal app. It may just be that it's the end of the month and my data is completely out of that. So I guess probably what we need to do. Should we just move it into our setup? So we've got Redeemify Prod. We've moved it over here. Let's move it into Agile Ventures. Transfer there. Yes. Right, it may just be that it's been There we go. Okay. And let's look at the resources. We need to turn it on. It costs some money. Give us, let's try and hit the endpoint again. Okay, right. So here I might actually be, okay, so then maybe the production system needs to be configured for the same thing. Yeah, okay.
You have to add keys in application YAML.
Right. Yeah, well, I sort of, I mean, I was sort of hoping that that had been already set up, but it looks like it hasn't. I guess I will shut that down for the moment to avoid incurring expenses, and sensibly I will get it working locally first before I try and do anything else there. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So it's, yeah, I mean, I guess it's difficult for me to assess the, you know, the pull request, being unable to sort of like review the flow of it. But I guess we can come back here and I mean, it's to a certain extent, if you think that it's worth having this pulled in, then, you know, why ever not? I mean, the system's not particularly, see, on our other projects, we've got it set up so that, for example, if we merge that into, it wouldn't go into master, it would go into develop, and that would get automatically deployed to the develop server, and then we would check, you know, is it all running on Heroku? And like to this branch, the sessions, has that been deployed to Heroku ever?
No.
And it's probably fine. It's just one of those things. Do you know what I mean? Like it works and it all passes locally on machine or in CI, and then there's some issue that doesn't work on Heroku, which is, maybe I'm too paranoid about it.
I understand. It's okay.
Yeah.
Can you set it up first locally and and check the issue, please? I have a proposition to change schema before deploying.
Right. Yeah, it certainly seems like it would be sensible for me to get the system working locally and then go from there. Yes.
Personally, I've tested it thoroughly from all different paths, and all tests have passed. I think it can be merged, but it's good if you check it as well.
Yeah. Yes. I guess it's also like it would be nice to have the code climate thing from there. It's interesting on here. Like I would like to see this, like it's doing it on the master branch, which is fine. It's the, you know, one wants to have that analysis information like beforehand, and it's like if it would be just, if we could navigate in here to see the, like, you know, if it could give us the analysis of the sessions branch, that I think would also be, it would be nice to check if there's anything that we should fix first. But yeah, I mean, I guess actually what I could do in order to test that, now that I have sessions, is I could, because I've got sessions there, we've done, and it's all positive, it's all green locally for me, is I could push origin sessions like this, and then I could create a new pull request. This is just to see if the code climate is working. Okay.
This is linked to my local repo. You can check code climate.
Okay. Oh, so you've already reviewed the code climate for the here, and so is this now in like this code climate here? Is this for your session branch or for your master branch?
For my master branch.
Okay. You've merged the session stuff into your master branch here in order to get the analysis. Right. Right. That's not that may cause you some problems down the line, depending upon our merge strategies. But yeah, okay. And so you've reviewed. So I guess, but for these things, do you know whether they are existing issues or issues that are introduced by your changes?
At the left, the remaining issues, they haven't relation to my pull request.
They're existing ones. I mean, we've got here, it's like 18 issues. And yeah, so if we go and we look in here, issues, that's the number of them. Oh, gosh. Yeah, it's I mean, it looks like you fixed more issues than you added, certainly. Because this is on our master branch, we have 53 issues, right?
Yeah,
and only 18 in yours, which makes yours sound much better, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I know. I think it's definitely looking good.
One moment. Here, I removed one file, dialog polyfill JS. That file caused 36 issues.
Right.
But according to Code Climate, the number of issues was reduced. Was reduced, and I think 15 issues have been dropped.
Right. Sure. That sounds good. I'm just looking at my PR here, which does not. Interesting. It actually only seems to have 2 commits there. I'm not seeing Code Climate. I mean, yeah, I mean, I think it's probably going to be certainly safe to merge. I don't know, it's so confusing. But it feels like, well, it's good that we've had this, but the 3 outstanding issues are still me kind of getting it running locally in Heroku. Code Climate still doesn't seem to be doing quite what we expect, although we do have access to the stats. And is there a third thing that I've? Well, it's like review of the pull request. I mean, it could be merged back. I guess what I was trying to particularly work out here is like what's the in the master that we're currently on that, and then can I do git? I want to do git hist for the. If I git remote -v,
we can close it and open again, for example.
Yeah, no. Here I was going to do check out like production master. Oh no, that's not what I want. Yeah, I want to do. Can I do check out production master from there? Will it let me jump to that point? No. Production master. Ugh. What I want to do, I got to if I did git fetch production, I want to see what I could be doing through the Heroku interface. I want to see what version is all up on the. I should just do it through the remotes. It's not showing me any of Alex origin. I'll just do it through the Heroku interface. Oh gosh. Heroku Redeemify prod is on activity deploy here. I want activity will I guess here. Usually deployment method connected to enable. I thought usually a thing telling me like what version of. That's interesting. Yeah, I can't. That's funny. I'm used to like activity usually showing me what version of the code is deployed. You know, like the git commit ID. And that's fun. Like, I'm not seeing. I mean, if I just do here, like I do git checkout Heroku, I just want an empty branch that I can pull the production into. But I guess I'm kind of flailing here. So I'm going to have to go. So my apologies if this has not been so productive. I'm certainly getting my head better around all of these things, but I'm not doing a great job of moving us forward.
Don't worry.
Thanks.
We can create a new branch and make a new pull request identical to the previous one, and to see code climate analysis.
Yes, that's what I was trying to do. That's what I was trying to do. Well, so many things at times. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do here, is creating a new pull request to see the to see that here. But for some reason, it only had these two commits, which I'm surprised, because like I thought your pull request had. Oh no, it's two commits. Is it? Okay. Yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah, but so I opened a new pull request, which is with the same commits, and it gave us these two things here, but it didn't do the code climate. So I think I'm going to have to contact the code climate people again and say, yeah, I did that and it didn't work. Help.
Sam, I think you haven't integrated it. So the procedure, yes, we have to do it in settings, as I understand, integration and services.
Oh, we have to do it also here as well.
Yes.
So this is where we came to sort of before, that we were looking at last week. Is it's like we go to our dashboard, we don't have the organization, right? Unless that having that webhook has re-added it. Let's have a look. We have Agile Ventures. We have, ooh, what happened there? So we can't follow the instructions here to add a service. So that's what I asked the people about, and they said, right, install it. I can scroll down to the this doesn't help me.
Probably it will be best to contact directly to Code Climate.
Yeah, and these are the people, Code Climate. Yeah, so I think I've got to follow up with, you know, they haven't given me sufficient information to fix the problem, it seems, because, you know, we've got the dashboard for this one. I mean, we can't follow the instructions about adding the surface.
Yes,
why don't I say, okay, wait. You're trying to set up a service that lives in open source, okay. And they say, like, unfortunately, we don't yet support service hooks for these repositories. If you're not in its owners group, your Code Climate user is not a member of any organizations. Yeah, I don't know. Is there some kind of user settings? And I have settings for here for Redeemify. Yeah, see, I wonder if I should remove. Well, no, I won't do anything crazy with this now. I'll contact Code Climate again and see where we go from there. Okay. Well, I think I better wrap up there. I will try and make better progress on these three. What have we? Three. We've got Code Climate, Heroku, and getting your pull request merged, and I'll try and make better progress on them before next Tuesday. Yeah?
Yeah. I think, Sam, and look at issue, please.
The issue?
Your opinion is very interesting.
Yeah. This on the schema update.
Schema update, yes.
Right. Okay. Excellent. I will have a look. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alex. Bye for now. Take care.